Active voice and passive voice. Grammar made easy. Passive voice. Dinner is being eaten by me. Active voice. I am eating dinner. Active voice. I eat an apple. In active voice, the subject I is doing the work. Passive. An apple is eaten by me. In passive voice, the subject, that is apple, is not doing the work. Instead, it is receiving the work. In active voice, the subject is the doer of the action. That means the subject is active. In passive voice, the subject is the receiver of the action. That means the subject is passive. Rules to change active voice to passive voice. 1. Object of active voice becomes subject of the passive voice. Example, Ravi writes a letter. Here in the active voice, a letter is the object. In passive voice, it changes to a letter is written by Ravi. Rule number 2. Helping verb is added in passive voice. Example, Ravi plays football. Passive voice, football is played by Ravi. Here the helping verb is added depending on the tense. Since the tense is present tense, depending on the verb plays, we select is as the helping verb. Helping verbs used: is, are, was, were, has, have, had, shall, will, can, may, etc. Helping verbs are to be selected based on the tense and the number, tense of the question verb, and the singular or plural number of the object. For example, Rahim writes a letter. Here, tense is present tense. In the passive voice, a letter is written by Rahim. We selected is because a letter, the subject, is singular. Present tense helping verbs are is, are, am. We selected is in the given sentence because a letter, the given subject, is singular. List of helping verbs. Present tense: is, am in the singular form, and are is used in the plural form. Past tense: singular helping verb was, plural helping verb were. Present perfect tense: helping verbs has for singular, have for plural. In the passive form, we also have to add been. Past perfect: had plus been. Future tenses: shall, will, can plus be. Continuous tense: is, are, am in the present tense, was, were, past continuous. Along with, we have to add being in the passive form. Rule number 3. Verb changes into V3 form. He wrote a letter. A letter was written by him. Here the verb wrote changes to written, which is the third form of the verb. In passive voice, verb is always in the V3 form. Tense will be the same for active voice and passive voice. Rule number 4. By is added in passive before the object. Example, she sang a song. Passive voice, a song was sung by her. The object in passive voice is called as agent. In some cases, agent is not mentioned in the passive when it is understood. The difference between active and passive. Active voice, subject is doing the action, whereas in passive, subject is receiving the result of action. That's why we call it passive. Exercises. 1. Kiran eats a pizza. The subject is doing the work, so this is an active voice. The passive voice, a pizza is eaten by Kiran. Here the importance is given to pizza, so we mentioned it first. But the subject is not doing the work, hence the sentence is in passive voice. Exercise 2. Present tense. Bees collect honey. Passive voice. Honey is collected by bees. 2. People speak English all over the world. Passive voice. English is spoken all over the world. Here we did not mention the subject people. That means English is spoken all over the world by the people. Since by the people is not to be mentioned, we can avoid the agent. Hence the passive voice remains English is spoken all over the world. Simple present tense. Suraj flies a kite. Passive voice. A kite is flown by Suraj. Lakshmi drives a car. A car is driven by Lakshmi. Present continuous tense. Suraj is eating sweets. Passive voice. Sweets are being eaten by Suraj. Here we added being to the passive voice because the question is in continuous tense. Wherever continuous tense come, we add being in the passive form. Sanjay is playing a violin. Passive voice. A violin is being played by Sanjay. 3. The baby is sleeping. There is no passive for the above sentence because there is no object to transfer the action. So sleeping here is intransitive verb. Wherever the verb is intransitive form, there is no passive voice. Present perfect tense. Saurav has done his homework. Passive voice. His homeworks have been done by Saurav. 2. Shruti has sung a song. Passive voice. A song has been sung by Shruti. 3. They have won the match. Passive voice. The match has been won by them. Simple past tense. Renu ate her breakfast. Passive voice. Her breakfast was eaten by Renu. 2. He gave me a book. Passive voice. A book was given to me by him. 3. They did a good job. Passive voice. A good job was done by them. Past continuous tense. Sony was eating his breakfast. His breakfast was being eaten by Sony. 2. Kumar was playing chess. Passive voice. Chess was being played by Kumar. 3. They were painting some pictures. Passive voice. Some pictures were being painted by them. Past perfect tense. He had written a novel. Passive voice. A novel had been written by him. 2. Shekhar had directed a movie. Passive voice. A movie had been directed by Shekhar. 3. They had done their duty. Passive voice. Their duty had been done by them. Simple future tense. I shall write a novel. Passive voice. A novel will be written by me. Here shall is changed to will because shall is used only for I and we when they become subject. Will is used for all the rest of the subjects. 2. We will shoot the trespassers. Passive voice. The trespassers will be shot by us. 3. They will do their duty. Passive voice. Their duty will be done by them. Interrogative sentences. Does she want a book? Passive voice. Is a book wanted by her? Not. A question is started with WH or helping verb. The answer also must be started with the same WH or helping verb. The above question is in the present tense, so the passive voice is started with helping verb is. Add question mark at the end of the interrogative sentence.